this season's nationwide deadly flu outbreak could be the worst on record. 1 in 10 Americans are dying from the flu with no signs of stopping. The Center for Disease Control and Prevention has reported 63 deaths from pneumonia or influenza among children this season alone. So how worried should we be? Joining us now to discuss is radiologist Dr. Nicole Saphier. Thank you, Dr. Saphier, for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
This sounds really scary. I mean, it's 1 in every 10 deaths last week. Should we be scared?
So those statistics are terrifying, and the truth is they're all true. However, I want to be honest and say that we're on par with some of our other seasons. We have influenza-like diseases or diagnoses right now, which are mapping where it was with the swine flu epidemic in 2009, 2010. The thing that's a little bit scary is, though, we're going to exceed the deaths from the swine flu is what the projections are right now. So that concerns me. The amount of people who are being diagnosed with the flu isn't necessarily more than we've seen in the past. So the concern is, why are people dying from the flu? And it's not necessarily just the diagnosis from the flu. When you have the flu, it releases chemicals into your system, and that causes inflammation, which can cause pneumonia, sepsis, and we've now found heart attacks. People actually dying from heart attacks from the flu.
Right. That actually makes a lot of sense. So what can we do to slow down this rate? I mean, you're saying we're on par, we're going to exceed the number from last year probably. What can that be slowed down, and what can we do as patients to make that happen?
So the good news is the far majority of adults and children who get the flu are going to recover completely. They're going to be just fine. However, stay home. Stay home from school. Stay home from work. Don't go to the store. If you have the flu, and a great way to tell the difference between a cold and a flu is high fevers and chills. And the flu tends to come on much faster than a cold, which is a little bit more gradual. If you have signs of the flu, only leave your house to go and get medical treatment. The sooner you get medical treatment, you can start on some medications. The sooner you recognize you have the flu, the sooner you're going to get better. Now, the one thing I encourage everyone to keep an eye out for is the child or the adult who has the flu, and then they start getting better, and then all of a sudden they're sick again. That could mean they have a super infection, which means a bacteria has potentially come in. That's when people are dying. If that happens to you, seek medical treatment immediately.
So what's the point where, I mean, I have kids at the house. What point do I need to go to the doctor?
If you have young children under the age of 5 or any of them that have chronic conditions, asthma, bad allergies, or really anything else, you should always go see the physician if you think they may have the flu. Don't try and keep them at home. But for the other kids who, really just have fever, chills that you can manage, they're still eating and drinking normally, they're still using the restroom normally, give them a week. They're probably going to get better, but make sure you're cleaning everything and getting rid of everything in the house that they've touched.
I just have to push back a little bit because we're hearing the stories. I know you said the stories sound, are maybe more scary than they actually are, but we're hearing people, their kid gets sick, and then like 2 days later, they're dead. So, I mean, it kind of confuses me. Like, you're saying wait a week to go to the doctor. I mean...
Oh, no. I'm absolutely not saying wait a week to go to the doctor. Okay. No. If your child has a flu and it's not having a complicated course, then for the majority of them, they're going to get better. What I'm saying is some children are getting better, and then they get sick again. And then people are thinking, oh, they just got a relapse of the flu. That getting sick again can be an emergency. That's when they need to go. But the far majority of children should just go see a doctor. It's good to have the diagnosis, get swabbed. But that's the only time they should be leaving the house. They shouldn't be going to their activities.
Too late to get the flu shot?
Absolutely not. The worst is yet to come.
Okay. Thank you so much, Doctor. Very, very helpful for a lot of parents who are home watching. So thank you.